everyone, welcome to another Elfane comic video. On today's episode, we're almost at the end of Season 5 of Chapter 2 in Fortnite. So, looking through the game and looking at my past video on what made Season 4 really bad. But now, it's gonna be different. Now it's gonna be about Season 5. So, this is a totally different season from what Season 4 was more based on superheroes. This is more based on bounty hunters. So, I'll tell you guys what I didn't like about this season, what made the experience of Fortnite not as good or pleasant for me. So let's get to it. Before we start, I'd like to invite you guys to subscribe to this channel, leave a like, share, and let me know what you think. Also, if you have time and want to see me doing something different than this channel, make sure to go and check out the Mates Team channel, which is a channel where me and my friends, we do lots of crazy stuff. We post almost our everyday there. We just started there and I think it's really fun. So if you guys want to go and check it out, I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it because it's a pretty fun channel. Alright guys? So now let's get to what made this season really bad for me. For Season 5, to start off, the season started in the beginning of December. So that meant that Christmas was around the corner, so was New Year's. And a lot of people take off for vacation, like people give vacations for those 2 weeks. But the thing is that we live in an era where, you usually don't expect stuff like that from a video game. So the big problem was the Epic decided to take vacation for Christmas and New Year's. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally understandable. But the problem with that was that we literally spent 3 weeks with no new content, no news about the game, no good skins coming out on the item shop, nothing being leaked, no new guns added to the game. So it was a kind of a rough start for the season because it started in a slow pace because we were not getting that much stuff. We just had Kratos and Master Chief, but the thing is that we were so hyped for that beginning. But then, because of those 3 weeks, you really kind of slowed the pace of the train that Fortnite was at that moment. And I remember, stop playing because the game got really boring. It was pretty repetitive. If you play Fortnite when Epic Games is really active, then you know that you can expect something in the future. You can expect something fun. It could be the next day, it could be the following week, but at least you know something. But those 3 weeks, nothing was coming out, and it was a little bit of a reminder of what Season 1, Chapter 2 was, a really boring season, which also was around the Christmas, so it was the same thing. So we kind of had the same feeling now. So that's one of the reasons of why this season started kind of bad for me, because, again, it's totally understandable for Epic Games to take vacations, but in this case, it is understandable, but at least they should have made something so that we could get new guns or something. I'm not being too picky of it. It was just a boring start for the season. And to keep on with the beginning of the season, another thing that made this season kind of bad for me is the fact that there are no good point of interest in Fortnite added. Nothing's really new in the game. It's pretty much the same except the center of the map. The center of the map is right now the little sand area where you have the tunnels, and the only thing we got was that the Coliseum and Tilted back, and Tilted being back was amazing. But the thing is that the Coliseum, although was a really cool thing, there's not enough stuff there. There's not enough places for you to break so that you can get loot from, or there's not enough chests because the chests there are kind of limited and lots of people always land there, and that's understandable. It's a new point of interest. But other than that, then you have the new Tilted, which is a really fun experience because it's a throwback to what the previous chapter of Fortnite was, which was amazing, landing on Tilted. But now it's that, but a little bit, it's like a step backwards because it's not as fun, because now people gotten used to the new map. So now people decide to land more on Misty Meadows or Lazy Links, which is considered now the new Tilted. Lazy Lake is considered the new Tilted now. So those point of interest are kind of a little bit boring. And then you have the 0 point in the center of the map, which at first it was towards the a little bit closer to the ground. So it was easier for you to reach. But touching it really doesn't give you anything. It just makes you fall faster, I guess. And now it's even harder to get to it. So there's really, that space is kind of useless. So that whole sand place is not as fun as you could. I mean, I don't know. Like the center of the map for Fortnite always has to be something amazing because that's the center. That's where you either land or not. Like you had Loot Lake, then you had the Authority, all those cool places, which kind of takes the fun of it because you know that was the main point to land the center. I'm pretty sure that was more focused on this season, but now it's now you have to go like towards the side of the maps, not more to the center, because either the loot there is gonna be bad or the people there is gonna be try hard. So I don't know, it's getting rough to land there. So the new places that were added were not as fun. They're cool, they're really cool, but I don't know, they could have added something else to it, more loot, more stuff to get, like more chests, anything. But I don't know, it's kind of a letdown, but I'm kind of happy with it. I'm not the most excited of having those three, but it is what it is, and we deal with it. Another thing that at first getting gold was really cool, and doing the bounties was amazing. I feel like it was a really cool refreshing to Fortnite. It made Fortnite really, really good. But then they started adding the exotic guns, and first off, some of them are kind of hard to get. Not really hard, but they're not in a place where I personally don't like landing. Like they're all in so many random places, and I don't find it fun that you have to go to one specific place to get one gun. Like I know, like when we had Midas and all them, it was like that. But I feel like that was different, because you have to kill the boss and then you get a gun. This is you have to buy it. So I guess if you don't have gold, then there's not much you can do. So they're just there sitting. I don't know. It's a kind of left you wondering why they added them. And the thing is that the guns they give you are kind of bad. They're exotic and they're supposed to be really, really powerful or real amazing. But they're like kind of the lame guns that nobody used in Fortnite anymore. Like I remember playing when the Storm Scouter was out, and no one used that. No one even knew how to use it. It was such a complicated gun, so people left it aside. And right now, you don't even need to know where the circle's gonna close. You can just rotate with the cars, the boats. So knowing that is kind of a useless fact, because people have gotten good in Fortnite. People are not as bad as they used to. I'm not saying they were bad ever, but playing Fortnite last chapter, you needed to be less of a tryhard. You needed not that much skill was needed to be good at Fortnite. Now you really need a lot of skill to be good. So the guns that are there are kind of like a letdown. I'm gonna be putting them on the screen, and the ones that I think they're really bad, and they're pretty much gonna be all of them, because they're like not cool guns. I don't know. I don't like these guns. They're kind of like useless, and you don't see them in game that much because people don't really are buying them because they're not that as cool as it could be. They could either have, a regular exotic P90 that could be the only one in the game, and that'll be epic. A drum gun or all the mythic weapons from before. A grappler. Like, they could have done so much, but they kind of stayed on the basic, and I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. Another thing that made me not like this season is the battle pass was good. I like the skins. I'm really happy that they're Fortnite skins, because we had the whole marble theme, but the thing is that as of right now, I'm not using that much the marble skins anymore, because they're amazing. I love having them. But now, like I said on my previous video, there's like so much to Fortnite that you pretty much don't need outside characters. But here's the point where I'm going to. For me at least, the biggest letdown of the season is the crossover with other characters. And now, I want to be specific on this because I don't want to be misunderstood. I feel Fortnite doing these so many crossovers in this season is fantastic. I love majority of the skins they're doing, but the thing is that right now they're at a point where they set the bar too high, and the bar is getting lower and lower. It's kind of disappointing because we started with Kratos and Master Chief, and that led to the door for so many other video game characters to be added, but then they weren't. And then we got Terminator, and it wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was the Terminator by itself. So like now we had like the expectations of a skin that was going to be amazing, but it turns out to be a much simpler version. I'm liking these skins, but also the thing is that they're not coming out with a new skin every day. Like they're coming out with these random skins once in a while, once every 2 weeks. So for the hype that Fortnite is making on this season, I feel like they should be adding more skins. They could have so much potential. They could have added so many skins, like the ones I mentioned on my previous video of the skins from movies that are in Fortnite, like those kind of skins that could have been on the movies, or but they're not adding them. And also, if you go back on my video on the skins that I won, few of them were added, and the rest, who are really good skins to be on Fortnite, are not being added. Another example of a really good skin that could be added was RoboCop, but he's not in the game right now. They're missing out on so many chances. For example, we could have been more happier if they added John Rambo instead of the Flash. We could have been more happier if they added, like I said, RoboCop instead of Tron, the Tron skins. You know, they're just picking random skins. Like they're not going specifically for bounty hunters as it was promised to us. They're going for like random skins from different movies, because I guess that's the direction they want to go to, but that's not the direction that we got a hint of. That's not the direction we thought it was going to take for this season. So that's what's being a major letdown for me. So pretty much these are the main things of what are causing Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 to not be enjoyable for me, at least. And again, they're not as much stuff that I feel like are annoying me, because I really like playing Fortnite. Everything is a really fun game, but these things are making the game less interesting for me, at least for now. The season's almost over. We're a month away from it, and you know, we have no idea what the next season's gonna be about. Hopefully something cool like what we've been getting, and hopefully they step the bar and they don't make our expectations to be too high and then get disappointed. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to check out the Mace channel if you want, link in the description below. And let me know if you are agreeing with what I'm saying, and let me know what kind of more videos you want in the future. Alright guys, see you later guys.